sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101. We'll call it the early games, post game, and late games pre-game show, since I was not available to do a early games pre-game show, but we'll go over it all, and we will we'll go over all of the early games in Week 5. First, here is today's Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday trivia question. In which season was Dan Marino named the NFL's most valuable player? I'll have the answer later in the podcast. Well, it's Week 5 of the 2019 NFL regular season, and there was plenty of NFL football action today and tonight, and of course tomorrow night, when the Browns will take on the San Francisco 49ers on Monday Night Football at Levi's Stadium in San Francisco, California. Now, the Browns are hoping to end the 49ers' undefeated streak, and it's Jimmy Garoppolo versus Baker Mayfield. Now, this is an article I saw online. I'm going to give you some quotes on it, and it said, "Don't make Baker Mayfield angry. You wouldn't like him when he is angry." And that's the impression that Odell Beckham Jr. left regarding his Cleveland Browns teammate when speaking to reporters on Friday. Beckham discussed how Mayfield used his critics as a source of motivation. Beckham's comments aren't too surprising after Mayfield's post-game conference following Cleveland's 40-25 win over the Baltimore Ravens in Week 4 last week. He told reporters how the Browns won't forget the skeptics who threw us in the trash, and that is very good, and I quote you on that. For the first time in a long time, the franchise has entered a season in which it had realistic hopes of making a playoff run. The team fell flat on their face in Week 1, losing to the Tennessee Titans 43-13. And after getting so much hype in the preseason, perhaps the Browns needed to take a step or two backward before they could go forward. Mayfield threw for 342 yards, while Nick Chubb ran for 165 yards against the Ravens, as Cleveland's offense looked much closer to what many expected after the team acquired Beckham. Now, the Browns' offense really took a step in the right direction in that big win over Baltimore last week. Now, the Browns can make a statement on Monday night, tomorrow night, with a win on the road over the 3-0 San Francisco 49ers, and we will see if they can do just that tomorrow night. And we will talk more about the Browns and preview that game tomorrow night on my Monday Night Football pregame show tomorrow night, so tune in for that. Right now, we're going to go over all the action in Week 5, early game-wise, and the late games are just getting underway. First, we're going to start back to the Thursday night game, and that was the Rams and the Seahawks won in a nail-biter, 30-29, and Greg Zuerlein missed a field goal in the final seconds of the fourth quarter, but they just had a great game, and I had to give the game ball to Russell Wilson, and hold on a minute here. Chris Carson, because Russell Wilson had 17 of 23 yards, 268 carries, four touchdowns. Chris Carson, one carry, 1 reception, 27 carries, 118 yards, 1 touchdown. So that's who I had to give the game ball to. in that. The New York Jets beat the New York Jets 31-6 at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia to go to 3-2, I believe. Actually, 4-1, excuse me. And the Jets fall to 0-5, and they are still struggling. Sam Darnold is still out with mononucleosis. And I have to give the game ball to Carson Wentz, and he gets the game ball by far in that one today. And the Eagles just had this one in hand from the start, and the Jets just did not look good at all in this game today. The Carolina Panthers beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. Boy, this one was close, and Jacksonville had 3 chances in the fourth quarter to try to send the game into overtime with an extra point, or to do a 2-point besides scoring a touchdown, but they just were not able to do it. And there were 3-0. They had one last shot, but then it got deflected, and the Carolina Panthers win 34-27. I have to give the game ball to Kyle Allen, Cam Newton's backup quarterback, and I have to give it to actually a player on the defense. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I give it to those two guys. The Minnesota Vikings beat the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium. The Giants fall to 2-3. Minnesota, I think, goes to either 3-2 or 4-1. And I give the game ball to Kirk Cousins, the Vikings quarterback. I give it to him. That's who gets the game ball. The Giants, they had opportunities but just could not capitalize. Minnesota just had this game from the start, and they led at halftime, and they just did not let up. And the Houston Texans beat the Atlanta Falcons. Boy, this game seesaw back and forth, and it was quite a horse race, but they beat them 53-32 at NRG Stadium in Houston. And so that really was a heck of a game. And I think Houston goes to 3-2, and I think Atlanta is 3-2, I believe. The New Orleans Saints beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, 31-24. The Buffalo Bills, and I have to give the game ball quarterback to I think it was Teddy Bridgewater did play, so I'm gonna give it to him, and also the other quarterback that came in as well. So you'll both get, but the Teddy Bridgewater I think went out with an injury. But the Buffalo Bills, beat the Tennessee Titans by a touchdown, 14-7 at LP Field in Nashville, Tennessee. And I got to give it to Josh Allen, the game ball. I have to give it to him. And the Titans, they just struggled offensively and defensively. A very low-scoring game between the Bills and Titans. The Arizona Cardinals get their first win of the season, beating the Cincinnati Bengals, who fall to 0-5, 26-23 at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. So Arizona is 1-3-1. And I got to give it to Kyler Murray. I have to give the game ball to you, Kyler. You played a great game today. So you get the game ball. The New England Patriots just manhandled the Washington Redskins 33-7 at FedEx Field in Washington. And I got to give the game ball by far to Tom Brady. And he has surpassed in the passing field. I think it is Dan Marino. He has surpassed him in the passing field of all time at third. So I have to give the game ball to Tom Brady today. And I'm going to also give it to Antonio Brown as well. You get the game ball as well. And so the Baltimore Ravens beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in overtime, 26-23. The Steelers had an opportunity and just could not do it, and then it came down to to try to score. Well, the Ravens tried to score a touchdown, but couldn't not. And as soon as I hit, but there was 23 going into a field goal attempt for the Ravens, and they get the win and go to 3-2. So which means if the Browns can get the win, they'll be 3-2 and still be in first place in the AFC North division. The Oakland Raiders extended a winning streak to 2 and upset the Chicago Bears at Northumberland Development Project in London, England, 24-21. And boy, I have to give it to Derek Carr, the Raiders quarterback. Boy, and now the Raiders are at, I believe, 2-3, I believe, or 3-2. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's either 3-2 or 2-3. We'll talk about the late games in just a moment, but right now it is time for the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday trivia question. In which season was Dan Marino named the NFL's most valuable player? And if you said his second season, you are correct. In just his second season, Marino broke 6 NFL full season records, including most touchdown passes, 48, and most passing yards, 5,084, leading the Dolphins to a 14-2 regular season record and an appearance in Super Bowl 19. So now I have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. The Broncos and Chargers, these late games, the 2 late games we have right now, are underway. The Broncos and Chargers are at StubHub Center in LA, and I believe it's probably the second quarter now, but it was 7-0 in the first. And the Cowboys and Packers are fully underway, and I believe they're in the second quarter at AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas, in Big D. And on Sunday Night Football tonight, the Colts and Chiefs will square off at Arrowhead Stadium in KC. And tomorrow night, on Monday Night Football, the Cleveland Browns and the San Francisco 49ers will square off at Levi Stadium in San Francisco. And I feel the Browns have the edge in this game. And right now, my brother-in-law Eric Hoyle and I are tied at 8-3. But we have LA, Dallas, and KC and the Browns for the other 4 games remaining in Week 5. So it looks like we're going to end up in another tie again. So it will be a tie again between my brother-in-law and myself on the picks of the week. So yeah, I've gone with the Chargers, Dallas, and KC for the Browns, and the Browns, and so is my brother-in-law, and we both took Seahawks, Jaguars, Bills, Patriots. Actually, I took Carolina, he took the Jaguars, that was one I lost on, but we took the Bills, Patriots, and Ravens, and the Bengals, the Vikings, the Eagles. I took the Bears, he took... we both took the Bears on that one. The Saints, Texans. And we both took I took the Titans, he took Buffalo. Those are the only 2 that we did not agree on. And we were both going to end up in a tie. And so I feel the Browns are going to have the edge in tomorrow night's game against the 49ers. And I feel we're going to get a big win on the road and really make a statement. So we'll preview that tomorrow. But right now, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday early games, post-game show, and late games pre-game show. And I'll be back with the late games post-game show and Sunday Night Football pre-game show once the Broncos, Chargers, and Cowboys, Packers games have concluded. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day, and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.